Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, buenos dias, and welcome back to Rook Daily on the Sean Atwood channel. How are we all doing? My name is Ron Swanson. My panel members should be joining us at some point. I know Queenie's got something going on in her house, and I know Paula was wanting to come in and comment on some of the royal bits. So we shall see who turns up. I hope everyone is doing well. It is Monday. It's been a mad one. So if you are part of the Monday Madness Club, let me know. How was everybody's weekend? Let me know in the side chat. Okay, yeah, no problem. That's Victoria saying she's getting ready to go away on holiday. Lovely. But yeah, how's everybody doing? How was everybody's weekends? Pretty massive week of podcasts, pretty massive week of shows here on the Sean Atwood channel. Wednesday is going to be huge. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday, isn't it? Right? Yeah, we've got Jaguar Wright coming on. It's going to be a bit mad, right? It's a bit mad. I've got a new 3-part series starting with Tess Wright, the forensic journalism major. She's going to be delving into Diddy and the cult of fame, looking at Diddy, Weinstein, and Schneider, and how there seems to be this repeating pattern within multiple layers of the entertainment industry. Today, obviously, we're going to jump into some Diddy news. We're going to have a look. I don't know if everybody's seen the Soft White Underbelly interview. I think her name was Tiana or something like that. Let me just bring it up. That would probably make more sense. Tania nailed it. All right, Tania. I don't know if any of you've seen this, but it was quite a good interview. This girl was escort, shall we say, to an Arabian prince, right? Yeah. And she apparently arranged for her to go to this Diddy party with him, and it was a good interview. I think Julia's got some updates. I'll speak to her today. I'll see what's going on. She's doing good though. She's doing good. Just reading your side chat. You don't have to watch Dawn. No one's forcing you, Dawn. Okay? Jeez. How many times have we got to tell you about the symbols and who I am and all this stuff, you fangool. So yeah. But yeah, if you didn't see that, like I said, this was on the Soft White Underbelly, and I think it was Friday or Saturday, maybe it came out. The Queen is dead. Oh, you mean back then? Oh shit, maybe. Yeah, maybe. At least, mate. At least. That's just in Dubai, right? That's just in one of the bits in Dubai. They love a prince in the sort of Arabian world, man. I'm telling you. Oh, it's 8:00. It's Thursday. What did I have written down? Hang on. Oh yeah, I had Wednesday written down. See. So wait, Thursday, 8:00. So that means I'm going to have to move this. Probably okay. Hang on a second. Let's just not screw this up. Hang on a minute, everybody. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just before I forget. No, that's not what we just did. This one here, 7 till 8. Okay, so we'll have Wedger coming in beforehand. That's fine. Sorry, everybody. Just doing my admin as we're live on the air, as we do. All right. So it's been a no. So anyway, let's jump into this. Actually, that's not where we're starting. We're starting here. So today we're going to just have a little look, right, at what is going on. ADC is being what the hell does that say? Quadruple Markles? being quadruple Markles by. I have that sentence just blew my mind. You need new specs. I need new specs. I've got one pair of broken glass. I mean, it's just broken glasses everywhere. I really miss these ones. These are the ones that actually done their job properly. Like the rest of them were not so good. Good going. Yes. You've got COVID. That's awful, mate. So Shane managed to get COVID too. Dan had the new version of COVID. Like it's just been everyone's getting it. Everyone is getting it hard. So today we're just going to sort of have a look and have a wee dive into the world of Diddy's son to begin with. We know that he had a court case of his own that was announced, and it was to do with the. Hang on a second. That's a bit better. It was to do with him being on a yacht, and how. I mean, this is the thing. How familiar does this sound? So she's accusing him of R-wording her, plying her with substances, without her knowledge, and then apparently there is evidence and recordings and all this kind of stuff. And it took place on a yacht that was arranged by his dad, and there was a long series of how do we say it, S workers that were brought to the yacht, and yeah, it just sounds all too familiar. It's very much like father, like son. Sean will be doing the evening shows like he always does. Seti Bolly, all right. It's not difficult to figure it out, my G. It's not difficult. And it's we have to then assume, right, that if his son is like this, okay, then surely that is by design. All right, it's not like they've accidentally both become the exact same predatory version of each other without each other's knowledge, right? I mean, can we all agree on that? Do you think? Let me think. Like, would you guys agree with that? Do you think that if we're going to see the same level of charges, that it's got to have there's got to be a link there, right? Holy shit, there's got to be a link, right? Let me know what you think. So this was back in April, and we'll just sort of dive in and remind ourselves of that. The son of rapper Diddy Combs has been accused of sexually assaulting a woman on a yacht during a family holiday in St. Martin in 2022. Grace O'Marcia says Christian King Combs physically sexually assaulted her. According to the lawsuit filed in civil court in Los Angeles on Thursday, his father, who is facing federal trafficking probe, is also named in the lawsuit for aiding in the alleged assault. Last week, Sean Combs' properties were raided as part of the investigation. Their lawyer, Aaron Dyer, said that the latest allegations were lewd and meritless claims made up, manufactured lies, and irrelevant facts. It is the latest in a string of serious sexual assaults allegations against Sean Combs and now his son. Miss Markle, I think that's how you say that, who worked as a steward on the yacht, alleged that the luxury vessel was often crowded with intoxicated people, suspected S workers, celebrities, and pharmaceuticals. She believes that the drinks were served for her and another woman on board may have been spiked with drugs because they saw people falling over themselves, panicking, or passing out. The court documents, excuse me, states Sean Combs, 54, named as a defendant in the lawsuit for premises liability as he chartered the yacht. Okay. It's interesting. Now, at this stage, as always, because YouTube doesn't do its job properly for the first 20 minutes of my shows, can you guys make sure you like, subscribe, and share it? Oh, shit, I've just spilled coffee. God damn it. Listen, do you know what? This is how my day's been. This is how my whole day has been. All day. Paula, I've just spilt coffee. Your timing is perfect. Okay, just tell us how you've been, right? Well, I go and deal with my coffee spillage, all right? It's so good to see you, bro.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, beautiful people. Buenos dias, wherever you guys are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that everything is going okay with you guys. Well, so much to talk about. I'm about to drop a video after this live about where Doria is and how much money she actually has. And it's going to blow your mind away. It's incredible how this woman, I mean, it's actually, I don't know. I mean, she's quite the little operator, isn't she, guys? Huh? Huh? Because how can this woman go from zero? In 2016, Doria's net worth was minus because she was pretty much in bankrupt. She couldn't even afford, guys. She couldn't even afford to pay the taxes because you know that her father died under very mysterious circumstances. Apparently, dog leashing is a very deadly hobby.
Dog leash.
Yeah. Dog
Right.
leashing, walking a dog.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just covered some stuff about Doria. I mean, this woman, have you noticed how she's out of the news, Ron?
Well, she kind of slips in and out. She's like a bad
She's
smell.
stealth. She's like a stealth airplane. It's like nobody's heard of Doria. So I was in my video. Oh, I'm gonna drop it after this. But it's incredible because this woman is exploiting her own daughter, who's a skank. And that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
It's a skank. But Doria is using the black card to look lovely. Even Shallon Lester, Shallon Lester always trashes Meghan Markle, or used to anyways.
Yeah.
And she always said, but I love her mom. Her mom is like this little black package thing, doing her yoga thing. Doria, in my humble opinion, guys, is more deadly than Meghan. Because Doria doesn't care about fame. Doria just wants the dough.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you're right there. I mean, Doria's always been sort of like the evil emperor looking one, just standing at the back of the crowd, rubbing her hands together. And you're right, she does kind of slip in and out. And I think a lot of people have been wondering what's going on there. But I think,
Ooh,
do you
and
think
not
this?
only
Well,
that,
do you think there's possibly like a premeditated? I don't know. I'm focused on this German documentary. I think there's stuff to come that is going to be explosive. Oh, telling you off. She's like, it's too early, Mum. Stop this. Nah, she's okay. Don't worry. She's okay. On you go.
no. But the German documentary, I hope it comes out. But Doria, look at this. The minute Meghan Markle told her, because do you guys remember the Netflix documentary when Doria came on and says, it's my turn to have my voice heard because she got paid a lot of dough? She admitted that when Meghan phoned her and said, Mom, I'm dating Prince Harry. And she went, oh my God. So she knew who Prince Harry was.
Yeah.
Unlike her daughter,
Well, Paula messaged me this morning. She was super excited to tear into Harry and his comment section on a video. So we're going to get to the royals.
Oh, yes. So I'm just saying, guys, Doria, as soon as Doria found out that Meghan was dating Prince Harry, Doria started plotting. It's my humble opinion that Doria started plotting how she could turn this to her benefit. Make it, just wait and see.
My eye has developed like a mind of its own today.
Yeah, and we're gonna go through this video. We're gonna go through this video because it's always shocking, when you're a parent. We're all parents. At least you and I are parents. When your kids are below the age of 16 or not working, you literally are the owner of the world in the sense of the clothes they get, everything, right? So as a parent, you determine whether they get a phone or not, or a tablet or anything, right? At least I did for my kid. And my kid, when he was in school, he didn't have a phone. And whenever he came home, I mean, Henrik didn't have a phone until he was 13 years of age. I didn't give him a phone before then. And before, he would use my phone, and I had parental controls enabled, and I was monitoring everything he was doing online. And then I would allocate, only have 1 hour to play Minecraft. That was a game he played. I don't know how that was, So
don't pretend like you don't know what Minecraft is.
I don't. I
Don't
really don't. I
listen.
know Henrik played it. I know Henrik played it, and it was very expensive.
Trying to sit here and tell us you don't know what Minecraft is.
No,
Okay, come on.
I know that there's a game called Minecraft, but I don't know what it
That's
is.
about it. That's about it. That's about it. That's
Yeah,
all you need
and
to know.
then my son, and then as a parent, if you are a present parent and you create boundaries, you're not going to have a phone until you're 13 years of age. So why is Harry talking in this video that we're going to look a little bit about his children scrolling endlessly on the phone or the tablet or whatever? Where is the parent in all of this? And his kids are 3 and
Listen,
5.
just be grateful the kids have got a phone. Okay, in Harry's kids' sense. Okay, you know we've heard some theories that they're just in a field with a high fence, just roaming free. Okay, so at least if they've got something that's a damn step out from the sort of the darkest theories that we've had so far.
So what is this? So he blames us, YouTube, a platform. No, you determine which platform your kids see, at least until the age of 16 or 18, and then on top of that, you instill values in your children. You know that my son is studying aerospace engineering. My son doesn't spend hours on the phone. He doesn't even watch TikTok or anything like that. I send him TikTok and he's like, Mom, I don't do TikTok. And I'm like, oh, I have a life. He goes, I'm going to university.
Yeah,
Then I
TikTok's
play with
strange,
my
man. It's
mates. So you have to be a parent. You instill certain values in your children and you're protecting them. And, but he doesn't. And it really bothered me that Meghan said she was the most bullied woman on earth. Well, she's talking to children who are actually bullied. And I actually ran into this TikTok that was just horrible. This girl that died,
that was a
unfortunately.
poor taste. That was a poor
And the
taste for
girl, no, the girl was badly beaten. I mean, she died from the injuries. Eminem was in a coma from being bullied.
Yeah.
So, and then Meghan Markle say that she's the most bullied woman in the world because she's called out on all her blatant lies.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think Beyonce's taking a bigger beating right
Oh
now.
no, but Beyonce has it earned. Have you seen it though?
Have you seen her comment section?
But I had to give it to her, Ron, because she hasn't. Unlike Oprah, you can no longer comment on Oprah.
Well, we can't comment on Oprah. We can't even comment on Beyonce other than Beyonce is great.
No. If you go to Oprah's Instagram account,
yeah.
You're not.
You can't comment. Oh no,
Yeah,
Jay-Z and Beyonce are sending out cease and assist letters like they're sweeties.
But they can't do anything about it. Piers Morgan was a puss when he did that because
it's a YouTube channel, right? And if they just triple strike his channel, there's no more Piers Morgan's uncensored. That's
not it. That's not it. No, I did a deep dive. Piers Morgan co-owns his channel with Rupert Murdoch. His channel is up for his contract is up for Rupert Murdoch owns 50% of his channel.
Okay.
And he's up for renewal right now. Now, YouTube didn't strike Piers Morgan because as a YouTuber, you cannot be penalized, and you know this, for the opinion of a third party.
No, you can. You as the channel are completely legally responsible for.
But if you have the correct disclaimers, no. Because Piers Morgan has had people from Israel, Palestine, the Tate brothers. I mean, he's had everybody on that channel.
But Jay-Z and Beyonce are billionaires. 2.3 billion.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. From what it is, and I believe this to be the case, because even if his channel gets a strike.
Do you know what did you watch the interview? Do you know what Jaguar said? Right?
Yes,
because
I watched the interview.
She said you heard what she said. So that's
but wait a minute, Ron. No. Wait a minute, because I actually did consult with YouTube.
Yeah.
And in YouTube, they said there's some people who've gone on Piers Morgan about something more volatile, like Israel and Palestine and Ukraine war. And they have issued statement of facts there, claiming there were facts about a very volatile situation.
Sure.
And as Piers Morgan said, even when he was interviewing Jay were right. These are her thoughts and opinions. And we don't have Jay-Z and Beyonce here to give their side of the story. All that Jay-Z and Beyonce, all that Piers Morgan had to say, you know what? We invite them to come over here and to give their side of the opinion. And I was watching a huge YouTube channel, American YouTube channel. He has over 10 million followers.
Okay.
This is like a group of people. And the guys were saying that is a slippery slope, what Piers Morgan did. I don't agree with the guy. I don't even like his show. But for him to apologize because what a third party said, when he clearly stated that is that third party's opinion.
That's the money, though. That's the Jay-Z money.
But
Do you know what I'm saying?
no, but you know what the guy said? You know what the guys, and there were a bunch of guys because it's a huge channel. He
Yeah.
said, that is a slippery slope because this guy has had Israeli, and they even play clips of him, of people coming and saying, "Yeah, you've killed." I mean, they're talking serious stuff there, you know.
No, I get you.
And if
I get you.
Jay-Z, and I'm going to say this on air right now, if Jay-Z and Beyoncé really wanted to clear their reputation and shut her up, because people say they don't sue her because she doesn't have any money. Gwyneth Paltrow sued that doctor who was ruining her reputation for $1. She didn't want the money. She wanted to get him to court and
Yeah.
have him put all the proof out there and shut him up and win her case, which is exactly what she did.
Yeah.
If Jay-Z and Beyonce want to clear or shut, what's the name? Jay were right. And
Yeah.
it's not about the money. It is about the reputation, you know, and we know where they watch these channels. Why don't you sue Jay were right? You know why? You know why they don't sue her?
Why?
Discovery.
Well, listen, the last person you want dragged into court, right, and legally having to tell what she knows is would be Jaguar Wright if I was any of them.
That's why. So that means that she's telling the truth. Because look at Gwyneth. Gwyneth had no
Yeah.
fear. She went in there. It's like, we're gonna expose everything. And she was, a lot of stuff was dug out and everything. But she said, I want to clear my name. I did not do this. This is wrong. And the judge awarded him because she was suing for $1.
Yeah, Jags has definitely got a lot of tools. Well, listen, just before we come back and we get round to the Royals, I just want to finish going through Diddy. What do you think about Diddy's son? We're comparing father and son this morning. I was just going through this afternoon. I was just comparing the crimes. We just went over the crimes that his son was arrested for, and whether or not it's evidence that him and his son knew exactly what each other were up to, because it's the exact same thing. It's like a little tiny Diddy party on a yacht, and he's been taken to court for allegedly assaulting one of the crew members. There was drinks being handed apart around. They were allegedly spiked. It's just the exact same thing. And he was pictured here after court, going to parties. It just gives off the same vibes as his dad, completely and utterly. What do you think, Paula? Do you know much about Diddy's son and his
The thing is, and this is, I'm going to put this question to the audience, to you guys.
Okay.
Well, we know he's Diddy's son, right?
Say that again.
He's Diddy's son.
Yeah.
We know that Diddy raised him.
Okay.
The only environment this guy knows is what Diddy showed him to do. It's like right now you have that horrible Kim Kardashian with that girl Northwest growing up in this rarefied environment.
Yeah, well, that's it.
From the time he was, I'm not excusing him, because if he was hiding the fact that he was spiking the drinks, then he knows right from wrong and he knows he's doing something wrong. However, this is a guy who's being, in my very humble opinion, groomed. If he was raised by Diddy, and the only thing he knows and he grew up around is that environment. And up until now, his father didn't get in trouble. In fact, he saw that his father was praised and important in that crowd.
It's not even just like, so for example, if this was a regular father and son, okay, and he was raised this way, it would be like the normalization through the abusive upbringing, right? Whereas with Diddy, you've got all of that, but then you've got the world accepting Diddy for who he is, and the amount of times he's almost being caught, almost bolstering that mindset and amplifying it in his son's head, because not just is it normal, but you can get away with it.
No, not only that, you're rewarded. No, not only that, it's normal. You're rewarded and praised for it.
Right.
You know? You're rewarded and praised for it, because all these Hollywood elites and all these people, these billionaires, were giving Diddy money. They were saying how, and not only that, he was growing and growing more influential with that kind of behavior. So what does that signal to a little kid? And I'm not excusing his skanky ass.
No, it's not an excuse. it's building the recipe for the. It's showing the links that create the monster, Paula.
Yeah, I gotta show you. I'm gonna tell you something. There was a case here. This guy in the mountains here, he pretty much was with his daughters. They had children and stuff, but they had nobody else to go, and the daughters were being pregnant and stuff like that by the father and stuff like that. When these girls finally, somebody, and they wandered the woods here, when they managed to go through the woods and they found out what was going on, then they brought the daughters out because the daughters had very little contact with anybody else. They thought that that was normal. They thought that that was
Of
what
course.
everybody did.
Of course. I mean, Jesus, was there not like a bunch of Japanese soldiers found on an island who thought World War II was still going on in the mid-90s or it was something crazy, maybe not the 90s, but it was something crazy. Seven Deadly Chins, welcome. Like, do you know what I mean? It's crazy, but I know what you're saying. It's not excusing anything that he's done. It's creating the reality for this. But just before we continue, Queenie, welcome. How are you? How was your day
I'm
been?
fine. Oh, stressful, but it's okay.
Yeah. Queenie messaged and said she had a man in her house and she was going to be late for some reason. Was that right, Queenie?
Oh my God, that's not true, Ron. I did not say that. Oh my God, Ron, I never said that. Hi, Paula.
Hello, how are you?
Hello,
This
side
never
chat.
gets
How
old.
are you guys? Oh
gets
my
old.
God, that's terrible.
Just somebody clip that right before Queenie chimes in at the end of my sentence, please. That'd be great. Right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just busting your chops. So yeah, but you're doing good. That's awesome. We're talking about like father, like son, and the possibility that Diddy's son, as he was being raised, was
Yeah, I agree with what Paula was saying because I was listening.
yeah,
Children live what they learn, don't they? So he's just
yeah,
doing what he's learned. It's a learned behavior.
yeah. I
So
think so too.
Well,
I
the
think
thing is, though, the thing is, I'm telling you, I even think that this guy might be surprised that now his father got caught after so many years because we know that P Diddy has been doing this since 1991 at the very least. I am
yes, I
sure. I am
think
sure.
so too. I think so too because have you heard his song that he made after they were arrested the other day, the first time when they came into the house? He made a song saying that, oh, you guys. I think one of the line was saying that, oh, you came here searching, but you didn't go next door. Where, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was
It is
crazy.
terrible. But listen, guys, as an adult, you know the difference between right and wrong because part of him must have known that if his father had to trick people and drug them to do that, he knows is wrong. So we have to see. But then again, that is what this child must have been around so much. And you know what's even worse that people should watch out for? Because where Diddy might exercise restraint, and I don't think he will if he gets to testify in naming names. Um, because I believe that Diddy's the kind of person, he's a snitch and he's a coward. I believe that Diddy is frame of mind is saying, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody down with me in the ship, which is why he's so eager to testify, which is why he was smirking in the courtroom. This guy is, I believe that this guy is gonna name names and big names. And I don't think, and I know people are gonna hate me for this, I don't think that even Diddy is the big fish in the pond right now, to tell you the truth.
Oh, definitely not. He's not. And Paula, you are so right. He really wants to testify. And I think he's got an ace up his sleeve. Whatever tape that they think that they have, and whomever he wants to call their name, he's probably got evidence to say, listen, this is where this is. I didn't want to bring it out just in case of blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Listen, I totally believe what you're saying if they allow him to go to court, but I don't think it will get there. I
do you
I,
know
I
what?
don't
I think
know.
the only way he's making it to court, right, is through a orchestrated and collated FBI government whatever deal that they put to him and say, listen, you can be Epsteined or you can do this. The choice is yours. Do you know what I mean?
You
Keep in
know
mind
what?
as
I
well.
disagree. I
keep in mind as
disagree.
well, I
I
think when
think
they went, what do you think, Paula? Do you think,
I don't think it. No, I think they're denying him bail because they're worried that if they let him go to his house, he might off himself. Number one, or he will have more access to people, and he might get rid of some witnesses.
well, listen, Paula, do you remember when
Paula,
the initial
no, I
raid, what was I going to do you remember when the initial raid on his house?
Uh-huh.
And they came out with the evidence, and it was 4 policemen carrying 2 boxes in a bag, and that
Mhm.
was it. I think that was his boys on the payroll going in to gather up all the stuff that they were told to get by Diddy. And because I'm sorry, okay, but if that's all the evidence that they had, okay, unless it was thousands and thousands of hard drives that were thousands of terabytes of information, but the weight of a box of full of hard drives would be quite substantial, right? Especially if it's 20 years worth. Do you know how big what a hard drive looked like 20 years ago? The big ones with the discs that spun in the middle and all this stuff. So I think either the FBI or people have went in and got specific stuff, and that specific stuff is like the princes, the politicians, the foreign
Barack Obama, Clinton.
Barack
allegedly.
alleged Obama, all these people, right? Because I'm telling you now, forget about Barack, okay? Forget about Biden's, forget about all these dudes. Arabian princes, right, will just buy Hollywood. They'll come to Hollywood, they'll pay cash for it, okay? And then they'll just close it down, okay?
Yeah.
And then they'll reopen it on the Monday morning with a new set of staff and be like, hey, nothing happened. Don't worry.
Or a couple of Rothschilds.
Oh, yeah. Yes. The proper scary white people. Those ones.
I have to tell you something that I have absolutely I've been doing a lot of deep diving.
Mhm.
You know that Girls Inc. where Meghan exploited and stuff like that, right? They are owned literally by BlackRock. They're the major donors. And then I went into BlackRock Holdings.
Okay.
BlackRock owns the world.
Yeah.
Literally, the number of companies. Coca-Cola, Apple, Microsoft, Nike, Sephora, Benefit. I mean, every pharmaceutical. I mean, every company, Macy's. Like Saks Fifth Ave. I mean, everything. And then they have these little things. Remember when Harry did that 2-minute speech with this that he got paid over $100,000, and I did the deep dive, and I linked that magazine, Navy magazine, to BlackRock. They are into everything. And when I went through their holdings, so and the CEO of BlackRock is very close to King Charles.
Yeah,
It's
listen,
it's
there's
terrible.
some stuff, Paula, right?
I'm so disappointed. I am really disappointed. I was because I
There's
know, and I throw a lot of flack to Charles, but I was hoping, yeah.
Yeah, I would hold that statement because Gary's coming back and we're breaking down his thousands of pages of evidence and all of this into like a 10-part series. And I think there's 2 episodes of that just dedicated to how the king's brother, and a couple of the princes are tied in with the whole human transportation, money laundering, all of this stuff goes right up to the heads of the NHS. And then it's mad. It's one of those things that is so crazy that if you didn't actually have a former policeman who has some who's credible, telling it to you, you'd be like, what, mate? And obviously he's got all the receipts. The receipts don't lie. So it's a wild one, man. I think.
Yeah. Also, I keep saying Harry and Meghan Markle are little idiots. However, they are tools used by very powerful people to be very public about things, because the people who are really running the world, you don't even know what they look like or who they are. It's not that they're not included in the Forbes list of billionaires. Okay. These people are so wealthy and so powerful that they don't need to be on a list. Okay. So it's incredible. Harry and Meghan, because people keep saying, why is Meghan allowed to exploit kids? Because Meghan Markle walked on that carpet at the children's charity gala, and immediately she posted it on Archwell. So she's clearly using, instead of donating her time or anything to that children's charity, she instead is exploiting them because she immediately posted them on her Archwell thing. And the CEO that came out, and he didn't know who Megan was, but the CEO that came out, he is very shady as well. He's been a CEO or been involved in other business and hospitals, and he's been fired or forced to resign because of mishandling, mismanagement of funds. And this Girls Inc., they were sued for discrimination and bullying in 2023, and they settled out of court. The woman that Megan's standing, the white woman Megan is standing right next to, do you know nowadays how bad you have to be on X to be suspended? You have to be pretty, because now they don't suspend you, they fact check you, right? This woman, have the half story, the white woman, suspended permanent her account on Twitter.
Really?
That's how bad she is.
Okay.
Because and this is in 2023, guys, that this company was sued. I'm going to show you here this thing.
Yeah, bring it up.
Yeah, I have it here because I'm doing a whole video about it. Wait 1 second. And let me read it because it's yummy.
That's good.
This is
Well,
very
just
yummy.
before you do that, can I get everyone to give me a like and a share? And can you please share this out? I put the show up so late today. It's a later start date. YouTube's been a pain in the balls, so we just need to help your guys help to push this out. Try and help me get up to 4 figures on YouTube if you can. Keep the machine going. My eye is so dry. I've got no eye drops left, and I feel like every time I blink, it's like sandpaper, right? So I do apologize. I'm pure playing with it. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, and let me show you now. Let me show you this. This is here. You can I'm sharing it. I think I'm sharing
no
it. Let me see if I'm sharing it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sharing it. There. Are you sharing it?
Yeah.
Meghan Markle's partner, Charity Girls Inc., and Meghan is not partner, and I'm going to show you why. Inc.
Okay.
was sued for discrimination and workplace bullying. Does that sound familiar? The foundation serves to empower underprivileged girls through various forms of social and educational support. Although the Worcester, Massachusetts chapter settled the case in 2023, last year, guys, the former POC employee, Gemily De Pasquale, alleged a toxic workplace. Claims included micromanaging based on the belief that she was a diversity hire and was less competent than her white predecessor. She was also screamed at for working on a project that was previously approved. And existing to this day, change.org petition to hold the board accountable is still active and has a list of victims' testimonies. At least 30 instances of abuse by the chapter's CEO and chief operational officer against staff and program participants are documented in detail and not only support the legal filing, but mimic Markle's own bullying tactics.
Yeah, I mean, it's all coming out about her now. And, what you were saying earlier about going into, a children's charity where children are properly have issues in their life with bullying, to say that she's the most bullied woman in the world is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's Meghan Markle. You can share that. I had that too. And she hadn't even finished doing that, and she went and she posted it. And this is the thing that really bothers me, because Girls Inc. are allowing themselves, as a parent, if you enroll in an institution like that. Oh yes, Mary, thank you. If you enroll in an institution like that, sometimes they ask you to sign waivers where you agree that your children may be used, if your agreement with that your children may be used for their organization, marketing, to get people to come and donate and whatever, right? But not for Meghan Markle. And yes, she has all the pictures, and she has even the video and everything there. And a lot of the parents are now clapping back because Meghan Markle is not hugging a black kid at all. No. She doesn't hug a black kid. In fact, there's a picture that I'll show you where there's a black girl standing right next to her in the group picture, and she's like with her back turned to her and just hugging the white Asian girl. There's no hug me here, nothing. This woman is a racist, in my humble opinion. And then it's incredible that this woman is allowed to do this. She's exploiting this organization, and she's not a partner. And people are gonna say, "Come on, Paula." No, she's not. No, she's not, and I'm gonna show it. Please share this, Ron. This is Girls Inc. website. They have who we are, our partners. These are people who donate 1 million plus annually. Pretty much all these companies are owned by BlackRock. Okay. 500,000 up to less than $1 million annually. That means that they have a compromise, an agreement with them that every year they will get this money. Meghan Markle donated in 2021 $50,000 to them. It was a one-off. They didn't donate in 2022, and we don't know about 2023. Okay. And if she had made an agreement with them, then they would have that. There's no Archwell anywhere. Pretty much all these companies are owned by BlackRock. Okay. Yeah. And that's it. And now let's do this, because at least until yesterday, I typed in Meghan Markle, nothing popped up. You type in Archwell, here it is, nothing popped up. But if you type in, for example, Oprah, because she falsely claimed that she was partnering with Oprah, here, you get these things with Oprah, because Oprah is involved with them, which another predator. If you type Melinda Gates, you get stuff.
Okay.
But now with Meghan Markle.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what Meghan's like. She's Algerian and Nigerian. You know what I mean? She likes to.
But why are these companies allowing her to do and use her name? Because it's BlackRock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is BlackRock, guys. Make no mistake. And the CEO of BlackRock, I am so shocked, so disappointed, really. I was hoping it's so tight with Ron Burkle, with all these billionaires club, with Charles. I mean, he's a donor. I mean, most of the companies of BlackRock are donating to the King's Trust. It is terrible, guys. It is just, it's so filthy,
you know. Well, that's the secret world cabal and the joys that come with it all. Just to let everybody know as well, these glasses are not a fashion choice. This is for my mad eye, just in case anyone's wondering.
So what if they were, though? So what if they were?
Well, it's a bit of a bold move in 2024 to sit in the house with a pair of Ray-Bans on. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not Casey Neistat. You know what I mean? So
let's show Harry's thing to laugh a little bit. Guys, keep in mind that this is Harry, an expert panel. He's the expert, by the way, interviewing. He left the royal family to become a D-list podcaster interviewer to this guy, and both claim to be fathers. And clearly, they're not present parents from the crap that they're saying.
Very nice to meet you.
All right.
But go through the comments. I mean, just in case we might get,
Oh, there's Paula. Harry and Meghan are experts on every subject, especially racism, jam on how to grift. Oh, I can't take them serious anymore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Fuck taking mental issues. Harry giving advice to children. What just happened? Oh, that's too good.
How about the mental health of his own alleged children?
We don't know about his kids' mental health, do we? We don't even know where the kids are.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't know, but he's saying that his kids are mindlessly scrolling for hours.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he's saying that, you see, they're scrolling mindlessly for hours. I'm like, dude, where are you? And the interviewer in this video, the same thing goes to you, sir. Did you see it come? It's coming. I mean, how hypocritical. Maybe he and wife. I mean, the comment section, and I think we have to, because they're cleaning it up as it goes. I'm surprised my comment's still up, because I was Harry who? Harry the
that's
clown.
weird.
You have go. Have they? Oh, they deleted the messages. Oh no.
There's only 45 comments.
So no, there were
It's
172 when
it's
I
like got
found this
4K
morning.
views. It's like got 4K views, man. That's mad. Oh well, Harry,
Just
you've
and
fallen
it was
off.
been up for 2 days.
We get more views than you, Harry.
No, but
It's
when I
mental
left
health.
my comment, he had 172, which means they're deleting the comments.
Oh yeah, they'll be deleting stuff, right? Yeah. So
Hi,
you have any-
hi, chat. Hello, hello, hello,
BlackRock,
everyone.
I just want to say, Scott says BlackRock doesn't own these companies; they have ownership. That's what I said. BlackRock Holdings. They have their.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are okay. All those companies that are in pretty much, except 4 that are in that Girls Inc. BlackRock has a lot. 13% on Macy's is a lot of stock.
Oh, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Shareholders, they're shareholders.
Yes, this is why it says BlackRock Holdings at the beginning. Okay, and if they own Macy's, they own Saks Fifth Avenue, they own Coca-Cola. When I say they own, they have a large stock. 10%, 13, 15, 20%. And these huge companies, they have power, especially considering that the whole group of companies supporting Girls Inc. They have a share, like a stake in all these companies. Porsche, they have a stake in it. ESPN, Disney, everything. So when you have a major, because that is a major shareholder, if you have 100 out of 100%, and these massive companies, you have 10 or 13% or more on these companies, you have a say.
Mhm.
My
Yeah,
opinion.
it's kind of like the silent, sneaky business takeover as well. When you go and you buy a percentage of something and you slowly accumulate more and more and more, and then before you know it, you become a major shareholder and you've got the sway. You know,
That's
It-
what they've been doing all these years. Going in, sweeping up and taking over people's land, all the farmland they've been taking over. It's ridiculous. I don't understand that gate man. Every time I hear his name or I see something, I just don't understand how people are allowing. Oh, I don't know.
James R. Crypto, yes, BlackRock. I believe that BlackRock has 11% stock on YouTube.
yeah, probably that would explain a lot, Paula. That would explain a lot.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
listen, for example, these 2 idiots. Look at the title of the Prince Harry. Smartphones are stealing young people's childhood. No, Prince Harry, you and Meghan are stealing people's childhoods. You
Nah.
and that wife of yours. You know that Meghan really has no qualms of exploiting children, dead or alive. Because that thing with Uvalde, that was ghoulish to the highest. Like that's disgusting.
Yeah. So did you have any timestamps on this, Paula?
Oh no, the whole thing about Harry saying that his children are mindlessly going and then scrolling and that these platforms are terrible. And it's like, it's not the platforms.
Why is
You
his
bring up my
children on
kid.
X or Facebook or Twitter? Why?
If
They're
anything,
babies. Why would they be on these things though?
and not only that, Queenie, Angela Levin said that this guy is absolutely addicted to reading about himself. She said that he told her that he spends hours going through the comment section of the articles written about him. So he's
I
basically
can
talking about himself.
imagine.
Yeah, but if he were a present parent, first, number one, Harry, because I do know you watch these shows. Number one, children can't buy it. You have to give money to the kids to go buy the phones. As a parent, you have to buy it for them. So if your child is scrolling, if a child has a cell phone before the ages of 16, it's because the parents are giving these phones to the children because they don't work. Number two, I don't think this man has ever heard of just enable parental control and you decide which applications they download, because he says that the children will mindlessly scrolling through through the internet, things that are inappropriate pop up. Well, that's
As
because you
far
haven't enabled parental controls, you idiot.
as
Yeah, no,
far
it's
as
not.
I'm concerned, they don't have any children because the level of
It's not.
their reasoning is not what a parent would even think to even say. So they don't know anything about rearing of kids. I don't see them as parents. So I don't know what Harry's talking about. Harry needs to go take several seats.
Yeah, take
Yeah,
a seat, Harry. Shut up.
when with what you're saying there about just enabling parental controls, handing a child any digital software device that is being set up for an adult, there's no parental controls in the world that are going to save your kids. If you set, you've got to set them up a child's tablet that has been set up for the age of your child, that then will be prompted by Apple or Google to say, hey, you're 10, you can't set this up, let me connect your parents' phone to it. And
But
then
I have that. I have that. I
yeah,
used to have that with Henrik. You know that
yeah,
Henrik could not download anything in his tablet. He couldn't download anything. He needed a password to download stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I would
yeah.
have
So
to check it
it
and stuff
allows you
like
to set, limits on sites and apps and everything, and it's easy to set
Mm.
up. But that's where a lot of parents go wrong. They have their tablet, or they have a tablet that they set up so that they can control it, but they don't realize that by setting it up for themselves, i.e., an adult, you're already setting the device up to fail if it's going to be given to a child. And that's where I think a lot of parents sort of
but the
they'll set it
parental
up for an
controls
adult
exist. It
and
can
then
be done.
download an adult. Yeah,
It
it's very
can be
simple.
done,
Yeah,
Ron.
of
And you're
course.
telling me that Harry, with the resources he has, because he is buddies with Ohanian, that guy who's married to that man, Serena Williams,
Yeah.
um, that he's the owner or whatever founder of Reddit, he's not going to be able to put a thing in his own kids. And what are his children 3 and 5
Well,
doing with a
I mean,
phone?
I get what you're saying. It can be done. It can be done. But when I tell parents about this, it's like you're talking about freaking wizardry to them. I
No, I
guarantee you. I
did it, and
guarantee.
you know,
Yeah, but this is the
I
thing,
did
Paul.
it.
Most
I
parents,
did.
struggle with a lot of this stuff, right? And Harry turning around and blaming the platforms and blaming the handsets and all of this. It's not Harry's fault. It's not YouTube's fault. Your fault. Parent, it's your fault. Get educated. Stop leaving your children open to these stuff, and then stop
This is the
blaming the
reason.
goddamn world.
This
Okay,
is the
and
reason
you're
I
like, I
just said, Ron.
didn't
Harry
realize
is
the
not a
internet was
parent.
dangerous. I don't think so. Sorry, Queenie. What were you? What?
No, I was saying that's the reason why Harry is not a parent, for him to be chatting rubbish like that. Harry
Yeah.
needs to go and educate himself about children and rearing and everything. This is how they're going about trying to take away our freedom of speech, our
Correct.
freedom to assembly, they just want to they want to enslave us.
Well, I mean, they've done that already, but it's now a case of tightening the ropes around us, Queenie. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's 100% what this is. Exactly what you're saying there, Queenie. This is going to be sort of shoehorning in legislation of control about what we're allowed to do, say, and post on the internet. It's coming. 100% is coming.
I
Get ready
mean,
for internet passports, people. They're in the
I mean,
post.
Ron, let's face it. Even when you
We can
go,
fight that. We can fight that. No, we are not doing no people in the side chat everywhere. We've got the power. We are majority. There's just a handful of those little bastard, and we're not taking their digital ID. F them. We're not. Okay? We are not. We're gonna fight them to the bitter end. We are not taking that, because once we start getting these digital ID, then they're gonna eradicate cash, and we should have cash as well. Do not let cash go away, people. Please.
Well, yeah, don't let cash go away. 100%. 100%. Yeah, carry on. Carry on what you're saying.
no, but
And
this idiot man, this idiot, we can remove him because I don't want to give him too much. People go and check him his thing. But like for example, and we might get copyrighted. So, um, so I was saying, this idiot, all he has to do is to be a present parent. If and you know that I'm technically challenged, if I could sit and go through parental controls, and then you enable, it tells you what age is your son, the person that you want to do, what exactly that you want to put. You just have to sit and take about 10-15 minutes. I mean, for when I had it for Henrik, and this is way back then, it was pretty strict. He couldn't do this. He couldn't, I mean, that was it. And then you're on top of that, and he had a certain amount of time, but he was so tired whenever he came from school and doing sports, because I always made him play and stuff like that, that when he got home, he didn't even just his Minecraft, sometimes on the weekends he would play the Minecraft, and that's about it. But then you have to be a present parent, and I know that that doesn't guarantee. But if your child is 16 years or under, you can control a lot unless they go to school. But even then, you talk to school. And in school, you say he can't do this. And some schools, I think that most schools now, when they don't even, they block your usage to internet, even if you have an internet plan, and you can only use the school internet. And therefore, the school has a lot of things blocked. If they did it here in Nicaragua, of all places, I am pretty sure they can do it in more developed countries. So there are a lot of things you can do for your kids. Don't buy them a phone. You know that Cristiano Ronaldo just gave his son, just now, gave his son a cell phone. And you can only use it for certain things. His account is monitored. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure he has a pretty hard time keeping an eye on his son, though. Being how many months of the year he spends away training and traveling on football. I'm sure, though, whoever it is that's in charge of his kids will do a good job. You know what I mean? But we need to get we keep chopping and we're chiming in and out here, Paula. I'm just going to steer back to what I was talking about. I feel like we're cutting in and out here with the royal stuff instead of making it a segment. So I just want to get back to this. Sorry. It's all right. It's all right. So Diddy and his son. All right. I think we can all agree, right? I mean, I think we're kind of beating this with a stick now, right? Like,
but what do you think? What do you think if you were brought up by Diddy and that's all you know, Ron?
Well, this is it. And again,
I'm asking you.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. If as a child you see something, you get told it's okay, but then you become an adult and you think to yourself, well, oh my God, my dad's a monster. And there has to be a point where you go from being not responsible for your actions as a child to being responsible for your actions as an adult. And I think it's clear to say which way his son went. And it's just a madness. Now, the woman who filed the civil suit against Diddy, she spoke out last month. So this is ongoing. And we could see a situation where two of the Diddy men end up behind bars. I mean, one for a lot longer than the other, I would imagine. But I can't see them taking light on Diddy's son in the shadow of his father's lawsuit, especially when Diddy's already been named in his son's indictment for having his name on the yacht charter, right? So it's definitely all intermingled. And somebody had mentioned in the side chat that the strong white underbelly, the former escort who was serving Arab princes and all this kind of stuff, had done an interview and discussed her time at a Diddy party, and she said that it traumatized her just based off of what she's seen. Did you see the interview, Queenie or Paula? Did either of you see it?
I haven't seen it, but the thing is, though, we have to be careful because a lot of people are going to come out claiming a lot of stuff,
Oh yeah, she had videos and stuff, don't worry. Like, she had videos of being driven to the party and then leaving the party, and then all the discussions about the party. And I mean, she only got she did an interview with this guy a couple of years ago, and she let it slip out during that interview, right, that she was at a Diddy party. And then time went on, Diddy's been arrested now, and the guy who interviewed her was like, hey, listen, do you remember when you let that thing slip that we had to cut out with the last interview? Can you come on and talk about the Diddy party? And she did. And she, like I say, she came armed with receipts. And it's kind of a mad one, because she said that, the main part of the Diddy party happens out in the garden, in the front garden, and around the sides. And then you've got the main inside party where things get a little crazier. And then you've got the next room the next subsection of the house, and everything gets a bit crazy. Now, there it is there. So that's the interview. A night at P. Diddy's Freak Offs. It's a pretty damn good interview. I would suggest, if you haven't seen it, everybody, to go and check it out. I'll post a little link to it.
So, and you know what the problem is, though, Ron? That if
Yeah,
these people saw that everything, though, because they must have known that what was happening was illegal,
of
and
course.
they didn't say anything. So they are accomplices. Them coming out now is not a good thing because they should have gone out back then and made more. Of
Oh, she
course,
did though. Yeah, she did. She did speak out about it back then.
okay, and they didn't
Yeah,
listen to her.
they all spoke. One of the main girls from what the hell? What's the name of the band? Was Cheryl? Was Shirt Swinger? What's her name? Shirt Swinger. What's her name?
Pussycat Doll.
Thank you.
Pussycat
Pussycat.
Dolls.
Pussycat Dolls. Right. So one of the main members of the Pussycat Dolls left the Pussycat Dolls when they were offered a $13 million record contract, and it was basically all of their dreams coming true. And for the last 7.5 years, she's been speaking out about the fact that the Pussycat Dolls were just prostitutes that were getting flown around for everyone to take part in and all the rest of it. And she couldn't live with herself. And even when she came out with that public statement, Shirt Swinger made a public statement saying, hey, that seems awfully harsh to call us that. She was offended at the word prostitute. Didn't deny it, didn't say anything against it. But do you know what it was like? Imagine like a high-end escort being called a prostitute. It was like that sort of a reaction where it was like,
Oh, sorry. So it's a job title that was offensive. It's not actually that they did
well,
that.
here, listen, if you think you're signing up to be a singer and then it turns out you're basically turns out you're actually being forced into escorting work, there's a problem there. If you're an escort because you're an escort, do your thing, right? But it's one of those things where having someone, so many people, Paula, so many people have spoken out about it all, and this is the thing: none of them were listened to. In the same way, you're
That's
saying,
what.
why have none of these people come out before? They're all sort of going, we have, but no one's listened.
Okay, so if they had
And it's
come out,
crazy.
that's good. But for example, Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher, you know what is so terrible about him? That
Everything.
he inserted himself in this for children that are traveled around the world without it. And to me, that sounds like a predator, like Jimmy Savile, who inserted himself in these organizations to pretend to be given more access.
Well, do you know what? It might not even have been. It might not even have been like in the same way as Savile. He might have been told, "Hey, Ashton, I've got your tape here. You're going to go and take this job at this children's charity, and you're going to just feed us the information where all these vulnerable children are located and all the rest of it."
Ashton was pretty shady even way back when. You know, when he said that with Mila Kunis and stuff like that, and the things that he was. This guy is shady even back then.
Hey, what's shady about any of the things they're currently doing, Paula? It's not like they're getting ready to like consider to move to Europe. Nothing shady about that timing, right? Too good.
Can you imagine those two idiots wrote a letter to pretend to stick up for Danny Masterson, saying that the victims are terrible? It reminds me of Charles when he wrote letters sticking up for Peter Ball, saying what a horrible people that are besmirching the image of Peter Ball, and he gave him a house and the Duchy of Cornwall for him and his twin brother to live. Never mind that he wrote over 22 letters because the other ones were made private. So we have this from the top, and this is the thing that I'm very limited because it always comes down to the kids.
Yeah, I seen a picture of Demi Moore. I think it was. Oh no, it wasn't Demi Moore. It was what's her name? Somebody else. Anyway, it's nothing to do with this. But what do we think? Everyone in the side chat saying Ashton Kutcher is a predator. All this stuff. I mean, where he is pulling that from? Is it guilty by association that you're saying that? Where are you pulling that from? And
I think it was because of a murder a couple of years back.
I'm sorry, a murder?
Yes, where he was supposed to go out on a date with some girl, and they found her in her apartment, and then he rang the police to say, oh, he went there to pick her up, but no one was answering. So his fingerprint may be on the door because he tried the door.
Oh, yeah. He was carrying a knife, and if she's been stabbed, she may have fallen onto the knife, but it wasn't an attacking thrust. It was one of those ones.
No, he went in and gave testimony, something. It's on 48 hours. I can send it to you because I recently watched it as well.
Yeah, he clearly lost a bet and had to have a mustache for this court case as well.
Well,
That is a big
he
choice.
was doing a role, but I mean, no, but there are, if you do a deep dive on Ashton Kutcher, you're looking at really shady things he did to Mila and how much of a bully and other things him and Danny Masterson were getting up to before they met Diddy.
Damn.
Okay. So, yeah. And I don't believe that he had nothing to do with it because his explanation of things, they're kind of dubious at best.
Sorry,
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. No, I'm reading this. This is
Yeah, you're so right, Paula, because the guy, even though he's done the guy who's they arrested for the murder, he said he wasn't nowhere in that vicinity. The other ones he took accountability for, but he said no, not this one. So
No, but the way he said, "Oh, I went to pick her up and I dropped her," it is so shady. If you read that thing, and I am surprised the police didn't really go hard on him.
yeah.
Barry Sotoro, here he was doing rear underage stuff on that 70 show. Yes, and James Sharp, the LA Police Department is amongst the yep.
yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like you're meant to meet your girlfriend at 8 o'clock or 8:30. You go or you're meant to have drinks or dinner, so you go and pick her up at 7:30, nobody answers. But apparently she had consensual sex with the building manager or something like that. It just said. Meanwhile, the trainer heard that Michael Thomas Gerda had heard how she allegedly had consensual sex with the manager of the Hollywood Hills apartment who left at 8:15. Ashton was supposed to collect the university student part-time stripper at 8 p.m. for dinner, but called at 7:30 to tell her he was running late. Okay. So no chance that he came early, found her banging the hotel manager, murdered her, and paid off the manager.
They only have his word for it. They don't know what he actually said. They don't know if he actually showed up at that time or not. They don't know what he called her to tell her. They only have his word for it because they didn't really investigate him after that.
Damn.
So it could have been saying, you know what, I'm coming. Can you be out or whatever? Or I'm coming earlier instead of saying I'm coming late. You know, we don't know.
He's the Barrymore of Hollywood. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah, there was DNA everywhere. And then he justified that because, of course, he was seeing her. So that's why his DNA was there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when it comes to like kids having sleepovers now, you know those like body CCTV cameras that the police wear. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them on the front and the back of your child and a tracking device.
I never allowed Henrik.
Oh yeah, I grew up in the 80s,
even way back then. I was never allowed to sleep over anywhere. You know, this is why I had a home. But when people do have that, you know, my son, even with my best of best friends, I just didn't, you know, like you see them during the day. What do you need to sleep over there for? That's just my opinion, guys. I'm not being judgmental or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I just, you know, he has
it's each to their own. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
think sleeping over at your friend's house is part of every kid's growing up, but it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. A lot of people, a lot of the children, the kids that my son grew up with, they were not, they didn't sleep over anybody's home. I never did.
Yeah, but I mean that's fair enough. I mean that's fair enough. It's like I say, it's each parent's to their own. Just don't be willy-nilly handing your kids over to anybody to look after. Do you know what I'm saying?
My kids not sleeping over.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen. Like I say, it's hey, do your own thing, man. It's being parents. Make the right decision for your own kids. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you're right, Leslie. Because I mean, that's how I feel. In the UK, it is a thing. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm
not for my children. All my children were raised here, and they don't do sleepovers. And I don't want any kid in my house either. So
fair dues.
I don't think it's a cultural thing because I know a lot of people. I lived in the UK for 6 years, and I remember even the white folk. They wouldn't let them. It's just it wasn't done. For them.
Nah, that was definitely a we don't want our kids staying over at Paula's thing. That
No,
wasn't
it wasn't.
we
It
don't
was
want our kids staying. Nah, I'm telling you, man. Nah, man.
no. For
I'm telling
example, they
you, bro.
were among them white, and like Catherine was always invited. This lady's that I met,
Okay.
her friends, her kids were always invited, and they used to go to Orleans Infant School in St. Margaret's, and they would have like and my friend would say, no, I never let my kids sleep anywhere. And in the school, they would have. I remember that the school did this thing with the sleepover.
Yeah.
Hendrik didn't go, and my friend
I
and
mean,
a lot of parents didn't go. They just felt
I'll
queasy
be honest
releasing
with
your
you.
children like that.
I'll be honest with you. I think my kids have only had sleepovers at their like auntie's house and their grandpa's house and things like that. But I remember growing up when I was a young teenager. It was definitely when I was a young teenager. It wasn't like a young age for me, if I'm being honest. And saying that, that's a lie. I used to stay over at my mate Andy's house all the time. But I don't know. Maybe it was a different. I don't know. But they were
Look
they
at
were good.
Abby H. Abby H says it's a Richmond thing because she lives in Richmond, where I used to live in
Yeah.
London, the UK. So it's funny because
It's a
you don't.
Richmond thing. Okay. Yeah.
But this guy, and now he's close to P. Diddy. You know what? The world, in Spanish, we have a saying is the world is a handkerchief. You
Yeah.
you grab the four ends and you fold it, and they always meet. They think that by moving to Europe, they will have to move to a place with no extradition thing. Not Europe. I don't advise Europe, buddy. Find a place like, I don't know, Chile or Argentina or Russia. Well, Mila Kunis is Russian.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Sarah.
But I think Putin doesn't have any tolerance for people like him. That's
Yeah.
the sad part of it because Putin is
Is she
brutal when it comes
Russian
to
or
people like
Ukrainian? I think she's from Ukraine.
Isn't
I
she
don't think
Russian?
she's Russian. I don't think so. I think she's from Ukraine. I think.
Can you find out, Ron? Because I thought she was Russian. But if
Who?
she's Ukrainian, it's
Mm.
even worse.
Sorry, I was in the side chat.
Oh, Benny Gibson, you lived in St. Margaret's. Yeah, it's beautiful, St.
Uh,
Margaret's.
so again, for like really young kids, there's no really any need for little kids to be
A
staying at their
Ukrainian,
friends' houses
Ukrainian,
and
yes.
stuff. But when it comes to family and things, that's where they get their first sort of experience of sleeping away from home, really, in my kids' life. But for me growing up, all of the friends I had were really close to the house. And I mean, my mate Andy, me and him were best mates from nursery right the way up into high school. Do you see what I mean? So my mum and his mum and the families really knew each other. So I think there was a big difference. I think I'm maybe speaking a bit open about my experiences, like in a broad sense, but really it was people that we knew. And as I became a teenager, man, I mean, there's only so much you can do. And only
Oh
so
no,
much
there's
freedom.
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that and thank you for correcting what's it called? Mila Kunis is from Ukraine. But
I mean, don't get me
there's
wrong.
nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that
If
I felt very uneasy about it. I was raised that way. In Canada, I had a lot of mates, and who were Canadian, like grown Canadian and everything, and they didn't sleep over, like they would all come home. I mean, even if we left the club at 5 in the morning and the house was closed, we just everybody went to their places and stuff. So I don't know, but it's just this thing with this Diddy thing. Can you imagine being raised by Diddy, Ron? And but you know what? There's a psychologist that said to me once, when you're a child and you grow up with an abuser, as a child, you cannot be held accountable for things that happened to you as a child. But as a grown up, when you know right from wrong, you can be held accountable for the choices you make after you get out of that thing or after that. Because as a grown up, he had a choice. He must have known, he's not an imbecile. He knows right from wrong. So even his upbringing wouldn't even, he just chooses to go after imitate his father because it served his father well. And you know what I think, Ron? I think
yeah,
that they think that Diddy's gonna come off free. I really do. I really do think that they don't understand that this might be serious. I really think that because Diddy has gotten away with so much allegedly murder and stuff like that, I can guarantee you that they might think that they're gonna beat this thing up. And the mother, that mother should also be questioned because I have a feeling that that mother was a participant.
you think?
There's something very shady with that woman.
Mm.
Hmm.
I mean, what do you think, Winnie? Have you seen the clips of that woman and Diddy dressed in white, her with her white nails, getting her eyes eat?
I already said that's where all his behavior is coming from.
Sorry about that. I just had to sort something on the phone there.
Yeah.
All
Uh,
his behavior is coming from her. And with the son, Paula, I don't think he. You said earlier that living with someone like Diddy and seeing him getting away with so much things. I don't think his children know right from wrong, even though
that's it.
they're grown ups.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Even though they're grown, I don't think they do,
I
because
think you're right.
this man has been doing so many shady stuff, and they see the people that they've seen around him and seeing him getting away with stuff. They're like, oh, this is normal. This is normal behavior. So I don't think they think it's bad behavior. I don't,
Listen,
which
do you
is
know
a
what?
shame.
So, and when you say that, right, people will be hearing it and they'll be like, "Well, no, Queenie, because he's an adult." Okay, so I agree with you, Queenie, right? I think that if I was to take you and keep you in the woods from when you were born, right, and I told you that the sky was purple and the grass was orange, and that kidnapping tourists and bringing them into the woods and doing terrible things to them and sawing them up to appease the god of the leaves or whatever, you're gonna be completely part of that narrative. And whether you're an adult or not, it's hard to shake that off, especially
Oh, wait a
when
minute. Let's back up
especially
the
when
truck a little
accepting it.
bit.
Say that again.
Beep, beep, beep. Let's back up the truck a little
All
bit.
right. Okay.
This guy was not isolated in the woods. This guy had access to full internet. He had access to everything. There's a
But
big
it doesn't matter.
no,
You're
no,
making
no.
an
There's a big
assumption. You're
difference
making an
because he
assumption.
must have known. Listen, this is the difference that somebody told me as a psychologist. He said, if they do, if they take steps to hide their behavior, is because they know it's wrong. If this guy was drugging people without, like against their will and stuff like that, and he's hiding it because that's the whole point of it. If he has taken steps to cover up that behavior, then he knows it's wrong. Because
Yeah,
if he
yeah, yeah.
didn't think that was wrong, he
Paula,
wouldn't need to hide
yeah,
it.
yeah. I agree with you, and that's what I was going on to say. But when you become an adult, right, and you realize these things are wrong, when you weigh up the success that your father's had, if Diddy had been in and out of jail his whole life based off of his actions, I'm sure the adult version of his son would be like, "There's consequences to this." Do you see what I'm saying? But,
Exactly.
but without that, okay, exactly what you've gone on to say, Paula, is completely true. Okay, because he has then accepted what he now knows as being wrong, but would rather have the reward that he sees coming with it from his father. And it's that second dose of conditioning. He's had it all his childhood. And completely, we have to accept for a certain amount of that childhood, he will not know what is right and what is wrong, especially when it's being reinforced by a parental figure. But as he's grown and he's got perspective, we have to assume that he has made a choice now. There is a part, there's a part where unknowing child becomes confused teen, becomes a decision making adult. And I think we're all in agreement. Like father,
I think
like
I think
son.
he went
Like,
I think he went where his values laid guided him, because you've seen, and you and I, at least I have, and I know you probably have too, Ron, because of what you used to do before.
yeah.
Kids that are grew up in brutal environments, it would be very easy for them to perpetuate those behaviors, but they become extreme and they go the opposite way. They become like real champions, not like this moron of this like
Yeah.
called
I get what you're saying.
this
I
guy
get what you're saying. But
Ashton.
we have to say to ourselves, how many people that witness these horrible things, okay, were not necessarily a part of them, but we're having them done to them, if you see what I'm saying. Whereas I think Diddy, it was more of a, "Hey son, come and join in. Look what Dad's doing." Do you see what I mean? Look what Dad's created, and all this nonsense. So
Well,
I think,
one way to test that is to ask Diddy's son if he would like it, if he would like what he did to this other person to be done to him. That's the best way to test.
Oh no,
Because if he
just
says that's okay, I'm okay with it because it's not wrong, then you would know that then that is normal for him. That would
yeah.
be acceptable.
I'm
But if
telling
he
you,
says, no, I don't want that done to me, then you know that he knows that he's hurting people.
I get that one. But I honestly just want them both strapped to a lie detector test on live television with an
That's
open global Q&A to the world. Ask Diddy and his son anything, and we'll just watch that freaking lie detector just go
I don't
with
want
every
Diddy in
question.
jail. Believe it or not, I don't want him in jail.
Okay.
I want Diddy to tell us who his backers are, the people who
Yes.
find him. Because let me tell you something. These people will find another Diddy.
Oh,
Because the only reason the only
100%.
reason why they
100%.
handed over Diddy, the only reason why they gave Diddy up was because probably there was some sort of negotiation that one of them for reals was going to get caught. So they handed over Diddy. I mean, they will hand over Oprah if they have to. They will hand over
Well,
Jay-Z if
you
they have
know,
to.
I think they're smart enough that people in this whole conundrum from Diddy to the top, okay, I think they're smart enough to have a stupid name like, the ever seeing House of the Eagle, right? And that's what Diddy will know them as. And the people that run that, right, will be another layer of individual before we get to the one percenters, the blood type, the blood families, the
Yeah, because
Rothschilds, all
I
this.
want the people organizing or backing or creating Diddy's to go to jail. Because then that would send a message. You don't create Diddy's. If we're gonna, okay, it's like Diddy, we're gonna let you free, but we're gonna give us the name of the people who initiated you. Because then that would send the message that, some people were saying, I think Jay Were Wright was saying also that Diddy is a product of they created him. And that he went through exactly the same things that he was putting these people through. And that's how he got started because they got a video on him, and it's like he's getting even with people. I mean, it's just so for me,
We
I would
will never see those people, Paula, because those are the
100%.
people who runs everything. So
Yeah,
we will
no, but
100%.
never
Diddy
see
could, Diddy
them.
could, Diddy could start. This is why he wants a speedy trial because he wants to get in front of the judge, and he's saying to people, you know what, I am going to talk. I am going to talk, and I want to talk as soon as possible, and I am going to go on the record. That's why he's murking on court, and this is why because he wants a speedy trial.
Anyone involved with the Diddy case, judges, lawyers, Diddy himself, any of them involved with wife and children are completely vulnerable and open to being completely used as pawns. It's just, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but I mean that anybody, if
Facts.
the government want you to do anything, what will happen is your wife and kids will be called in for a routine something or other into a government office, and at the same time, two men will come and visit you in your work office and say, just to let you know, do you know where your wife and kids are? We've got them currently sitting in an office, mate. This can go one of two ways. They can disappear on the way home, or you can play ball, and that's how it's done. I mean,
But look at Diddy's kids. If you look at Diddy's family, they're playing it very smartly. They're being very public about things. Now, the downfall with Diddy's son is that whereas Diddy might exercise some restraint in naming people, the son might not. And he might start talking sooner. And they might use Diddy's son to get Diddy to talk more and really talk and say, you know what? Your son is going to go through the same thing you're going through, buddy. I think that is a tactic that the government is using by saying, you know what? We got your son for the same thing you did. This is on you, Diddy. So you better tell us this and this and that because otherwise your son is going to be somebody's bitch in jail.
yeah, I mean that's
And
a
there's
good
not gonna be
theory as
baby
well.
oil. There's not gonna be baby oil in jail.
Yeah, yeah,
It's gonna be
exactly.
dry. It's gonna
Gonna
be
be
dry.
back to that hawk tour. You got to spit on that thing. All right, everybody, can we make sure that we like, subscribe, and share? Push
So
this out. That would be wonderful. So yeah, just if you're tuning in, sorry now, we're just doing a comparison on the life of Diddy, the life of his son, and how basically we feel it is father like son, and how these
What's the name of Diddy's son? Diddy's son is gonna be praying for baby oil.
Christian
Christian.
Christian.
King
And
or
so will
King
you,
Kong.
Diddy. So will you, Diddy. But they
God
shouldn't
damn.
be They should investigate the mother, and he's gonna be awake in conscience. They're not gonna give him any pill for him to forget. They want to make sure that they're gonna. Did you know that R. Kelly? Because I did an interview with Auntie, and R. Kelly was in an infirmary, apparently with some severe injuries.
Do you know what's nuts, right? Because a lot of time's gone by. This is like a quarter of a century this has been going on, right? And see, when they start bringing shit up from years ago that we all seen it happen, but we've all forgotten about. Like, do you remember that massive R. Kelly and P. Diddy like collab album and huge tour that took place? They were like best buddies, right? Best buddies. And then obviously R. Kelly decided to harass and assault a young child, and then recorded it and went to jail for it. And of course, P. Diddy was shocked that something like that would even happen. But you know what? You know what's really interesting? It's weird that he recorded it in the way that he did. It was weird that it was recorded in the way that it was in the first place.
How did he record it?
I'm pretty sure it was back in the the camcorders had gotten to the point where it was the tiny tape that was inside it. I'm sure it was something like that. But when Diddy does everything and he records everything, and then his best mate at the time goes and does that in a hotel room and he records it, you have to wonder if that recording was some sort of homage. Like, hey, look what I did at the weekend, boys. Come and watch this.
Don't they do that? And I'm sure that they go and they get their buddies to come and watch it. And it's like, I believe, they got so depraved, they became such a normalized behavior, that for them it was normal. Today, this weekend, I'm going to do this, girls, and we're come and watch the video. They were like movies.
I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. Let me double check my facts here.
And Jay-Z, the Holy Grail. I don't know, not the Holy Grail. The devil, the evil trio were R. Kelly, Jay-Z, and Diddy. And they were all initiated the same way as Diddy. They were all initiated the same way as Diddy. Make no mistake. This is why I understand Diddy should go to jail, of course, but not for as long as, but I think that the people who are creating Jay-Z's, R. Kelly's, Diddy's, those are the ones that we need to catch, because in the meantime, it's going to be like a guacamole thing. Bang, you hit one, another one pops up somewhere while you still have the backers creating this.
Yeah, there we go. I mean? Sorry, yeah, just to make sure that I'm not spewing nonsense at you. There you go. Sean Diddy Cole's an R. Kelly collaboration resurface. Most cancelled song of all time. It was the song I think I was referring to, as opposed to an actual tour. So half right, and thank you for the side.
Don't you think that we should go after? Because in the meantime, you're just putting out fires instead of going to who's creating the fires.
Yeah, but listen. Every time someone says something like that, your brain is forgetting one key point. Okay, what? So we can only go after them if we have platforms, or unless the mainstream media goes after them. But the mainstream media, if you just follow the money back, goes to BlackRock. Okay, the people who are in Hollywood owned by BlackRock. The people that own everything is owned, and I say everything's owned by BlackRock. There's three companies, right?
Vanguard, BlackRock, and Schwab.
There we go. So just for the sake of the rest of the time on this channel, we're just going to call them the big three. Okay. Yeah. So the big three basically own everything, the narratives, the platforms, everything. So it's like everything you're saying, everyone agrees with. We should be taking them down. We should be doing it. It's just literally the best job anyone can do in the world of doing that. We are doing. Okay. Yeah. I know that sounds really lame and really disappointing. Okay. But no mainstream media is going to do anything about it at all.
Did you notice something about Beyonce? You have Adele wins an Emmy or Grammy, whatever the hell you call it, and she's thanking Beyonce. Why? She didn't thank any of the other competitors. You've got like 3 or 4 singers who get up on stage, they win a Grammy, and they thank Beyonce, just like the actors used to thank Weinstein. Just like they used to remember Meryl Streep, and I love her as an actress. Oh, and let's thank God. Harvey Weinstein, Jennifer Lawrence, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Gwyneth Paltrow, when she was thanking Harvey Weinstein, she had already gone through the fact that he tried to abuse her, and she complained to Brad Pitt. You had everybody on stage thanking Harvey Weinstein. and they knew what he was about. And then you have people on stage thinking, why would I be thanking another singer for my success? Oh,
I mean,
Beyonce used to be happier with me.
I mean,
Why?
don't get me wrong, right? Like maybe if one person thanked Weinstein or one person thanked Beyonce who worked with them, that wouldn't be suspicious. But I don't know about Weinstein, but I've definitely heard a lot of people
Weinstein? Oh my
thanking.
God.
No,
Go
no, no,
look
no,
at
no, no, no,
every Oscar speech.
no. I don't mean I've never heard of Weinstein. I mean, I've not seen a lot of movie awards to hear them say thank you, Weinstein. But I have heard.
Meryl Streep.
Let me finish. I have heard a lot of people thanking Beyonce for music awards, and that you got to question. You got to wonder if that is some weird, you know, a part of all of this. I've often spoke about mass worship, right, as being a powerful draw of energy and force for people, and followings and things like this. Cults used to be a coven, positive and channeling energy. But when we look at, say, the 315 million followers on Instagram, Beyonce has, even if only a third of them are active, right? That's 100 million people all going, oh, we love you. Oh, we love you. Oh, we love you at any one time. And to a lot of people, that might not sound like it means anything. But
they're
in the
paying homage to her, isn't it?
But why would everybody? And you know that when I'm going to pick on this, that one of the people have here, it says that S. Armstrong is saying they're starting to say Kanye was saving Taylor by cutting in and thanking Beyonce because Taylor Swift was not going to thank Beyonce. So what happened is that they say that Kanye, remember that time when Kanye, Taylor Swift won and the Grammy, and she was going to give her speech, and Kanye interrupted and said, "Oh, we have to thank Beyonce." And blah blah blah. Remember that he interrupted? Do you remember that, Ron? You're a big Taylor Swift. You're a Swiftie, man. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course I do.
I remember album of the year when he came up and he said, "Oh, that should have gone to be." Yeah, I remember that.
They said that he was interrupting Taylor because Taylor wasn't Beyonce.
That's a great way of bringing Taylor Swift to the channel again.
No, but this is what people are saying, that the reason why Kanye interrupted her is because Taylor had refused to thank Beyonce, because rightly so, she was thinking, why would I thank Beyonce for my hard work? And Beyonce had never won an album of the year, I think. And this is
crucial that we show this clip. Otherwise, no one will know what we're talking about. This isn't just an excuse to play Taylor Swift, okay? Can we give 10 out of 10 for Taylor's face at this point in this, right? Because you would just be standing there like, did he just take the mic off me and go and tell someone else that they should have done that award? Anyway, but you see what the
if
point.
She had the best video, she would have been receiving the award. Clearly. That's what people miss.
That is bold.
And I didn't understand. I never understand why Adele and the other, there's like 4 or 5 who get up and win the album of the year, and they think Beyonce, you should be up here. Well, no.
I'm sorry. Convince me that this
woman
here.
You see how dark she is here? And remember, I told you she.
Oh, go to her Instagram. Go to her Instagram.
Yeah,
go to her Instagram.
Can I just say, whoever this is in the background here with the dark hair and the pale skin, she is not doing any favors to herself.
I think it's, what's her name? Katy. What's her name?
Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Katy Perry also
given proper demonic vibes. It's really weird that these lights look like little owls perched up here as well, and we all know about the owls, right?
Ron, before I forget,
this doesn't look real. Yeah, you're badass.
Sorry, Queenie, what were you saying?
Before I forget, Beyonce, she's got a new album, Please go and listen to her. I'll tell you in the thing.
No, but if you look at if you post the lyrics, just the lyrics.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I got you. Okay, this is going to be, honestly, I feel like I know how cringe this is going to be already.
Your body laid out on these filthy floors, your blood stains on my couch couture.
Opening 2 lines.
Bathroom
Opening 2 lines.
Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan. I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. Keep going
I'm
down.
sorry. No. You expect you're going to read that, and I'm not going to have a reaction. I needed you to pause for an ADHD overload after two lines. Daughter. It's called daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
They keep saying that I ain't nothing like my father, but I'm the furthest thing from choir boys and altars. If you cross me, I'm just like my father. I'm cold in the Titanic water.
Right now. So she must be talking about herself.
Help me, Lord, from these fantasies in my head. They ain't ever been safe ones. I don't fellowship with these fake ones. So let's travel to Whitechapels and sing hymns. Hold rosaries and sing in stained glass symphonies. Cleanse me, Holy Trinity, from this marijuana. I don't want to say the real smoke smell in my hair. I sashayed my dress, did my best impression of a damsel in distress. This alcohol and smell of regret allured my catch. Outfit too small to hide my scars. Feeling bottled up like bottle service broads. I mean, how long can he hold his breath before his death?
Wow.
Beyoncé knows, and Beyoncé not only knows, it is my very humble opinion, has participated.
Julie, you don't know that. You don't know that for a fact.
Read what I just
I
wrote
said
to
it's my
you. Read
opinion.
what
I
I
said it's
just
my
wrote to
opinion.
you.
It is
I
my
might have her on
opinion.
the WhatsApp. Me and Taylor might chat every day. All right. You don't know that. You don't know that, Julie. All right. So that's a
Ron,
bit
not my
wild.
text. What I text you.
I will. Yeah, hang on.
It's terrible. But
The
Beyonce's
first
taking a
one.
beating. Beyonce's taking a beating on Instagram. And I mean, but she's dumb. I don't understand why she doesn't. She's arrogant. It's like, you can say anything you want about me. I'm untouchable. You know what, Beyonce? You might find yourself in jail being touched all over without baby oil, too. But then again, she
Do
might
you
like it.
understand that, Ron? Do you understand
Yeah.
what I said?
Hang on. I'm just.
Okay.
I'm just. So. Well, I believe. Oh. Oh.
The
Okay.
first one, at the same time that one was having the same in the
So
at that
let
same
me.
time.
Oh yeah, because we
Yeah.
can't talk about that because.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well,
yes.
listen, do you know what, Beyonce? Really interesting song. Okay, no conspiracies here, people. Beyonce is awesome. Jay-Z is awesome. They're innocent. Anyone who thinks for any reason that they've got anything to do with this is crazy. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Let's. Do you know who we can talk about because they can't sue me? Tupac. All right. Definitely something going on with the Tupac
I
case.
have to get going because I have to go to the hospital. But thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. We'll see you
But
next time,
yes,
Paula.
but I believe that we should go after the people who are getting Diddy and watch Jay Right. You guys are gonna have Jay Right on Wednesday, right?
Thursday. I got it wrong. I
Is it
always get
gonna
it
be
wrong.
live or is it
Oh, it's
recorded?
live. Yeah, oh, is she live? Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be a touch. I'm gonna be asking questions. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna be asking
I think we're
questions.
all pretty excited about it. So
I'm really interested to see because you see, there's one thing that I'm confused about. You know, with the AI, right?
yeah,
There's a very famous clip that's doing the rounds
yeah.
where she says, when it looks like she's saying that Harry and Meghan were they have the freak offs too, but I don't know if it's AI created because when it's very fuzzy. They cut the clip
Was it
and
on
then it
Facebook?
doesn't.
Was it on Facebook? If it's on Facebook,
It's on
chances are
TikTok.
it's
It's on TikTok and everywhere.
yeah, there's a good chance. Like for example, most of the songs that you're hearing, oh, Bieber's Lost song, all AI. A lot of it is AI. My mum keeps sending me things where people are walking around with huge wolf dogs, and she's like, "Is this real? Is this real?" And I'm like, "No, mum, it's AI." Bless your cotton
I
socks.
do that with my son too.
Yeah,
But
man.
no, I
But
don't think so because it's
convince
just
me.
cut up, and I haven't been able to find it in any of the that interview that they claim she did. I haven't found it in any interview, so that I'll be asking her, But yeah, but thanks for having me, guys, and I will
You're
see you
very
soon.
welcome. And to
Mhm.
everyone out there that's saying Taylor Swift's a witch or evil, I'll take her out last. Okay. Once we deal with everyone else, then we can deal with Taylor goes last. Okay, deal. All right. Don't worry, Taylor. It'll be you and me that will rule the world at the end of this. All right. So, did you watch the interview, Queenie, with the escort that went to the Diddy parties, the soft white underbelly interview?
I didn't watch the full clip. I didn't watch the full interview, but I saw clippings of it.
Yeah. Oh,
I
it's
saw
really
clips.
it's really worth a watch.
Okay. Where
And
where
like I
can
said,
where can I find the full video then? Because I saw it on Instagram. The clip was on Instagram.
it's the YouTube channel is called the Soft White Underbelly. I'll get you a link. In fact, I tell you what,
Okay.
I'll send you a link and I'll put it in the side
Okay.
chat. That's it in the side chat, and that's it sent to you, Queenie. No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problems. And like I say, she had, and here's the thing. It's really easy as well, because what Paula said is true. We are going to see a lot of people come out of the woodwork with stories, trying to cash in on stuff and all of that. 100%. But
Yeah.
when Mark interviewed this lady previously, it's a second interview, she had to contact him to remove part of the interview where she let slip that she went to a Diddy party, right? And this stuck in Mark's head. Obviously, all this came out. He got back in touch with her and done a second
Ask
interview.
her to pop back down. Yeah.
Asked her to pop back down, exactly. And she came with receipts and text messages, and then also her in a car being driven to, and then her in an Uber driving away from the Diddy party, because she said exactly like everyone
She
else.
left her friend. That's the part I saw when she said she went in and she couldn't believe what she was seeing. So, and she knew she wouldn't stay. I saw that. That's the clip I saw. And she said,
Yeah.
you know what? I think she said to her friend, "Come, we're leaving," and her friend didn't want to leave, so she just like, I'm gone.
Well,
I think he asked her. No, I think the guy asked her if she's still friends with the person who took her, and she said no.
Well, she in her eyes, that was the prince dropping him off for a deal that he had made with Diddy. She felt like he was being offered up. But we got two very interesting new pieces of information, right? Well, one isn't new, but it was confirmed that when you go to the Diddy party, your phone is taken and put into one of those little lock bags. If you know what I mean, and they can't unlock until they're leaving. But what was interesting was everybody who was allowed into the next level of the party where she witnessed all the craziness, they were identified by the shoes they were given, right? So when you were selected to go into the next ring of the party, the doorman knew whether or not you should be there or not by the shoes you'd been given. Okay? So when we're looking now at Diddy party photographs, if we're looking at people in white outfits with different shoes on, we know what level of the party is now. But if we suddenly cut to a dodgy image and we see loads of people in matching shoes, that's a testament to what level of the party that they're into, allegedly. Okay, but that's what she said.
Oh, so that's the difference. It's okay. The shoes make the difference into different area.
It may not be for everybody.
Maybe different segment. Like for example, I understand.
Yeah, so it's kind of like if everybody that's at the main party wears what they want, the next area of the party everyone's in white, or everyone's in white, sorry, in the main party, but if they've got white in these shoes on, that tells the guards. Whether that's every Diddy party, whether that was just for a period of time until they started doing something else, who knows? But it's an alleged new piece of evidence for tying in a visual marker to what level of the Diddy party people were at.
Yeah, and it confirmed quite a lot of the stories that we've been hearing as well.
100%.
Crazy.
Because she said that you could see in the corner there was just bags of powders and pills and all of this, and you pour in your own drinks, and people's drinks getting stuff put into them and brought to them, and literally everything that we had already been told.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel very sad for his children.
Well, yeah,
Not
I mean,
lying, especially the girls. I feel real sad for them. And I think his sons, they're his victims too. And the reason why I say that, because whatever they're doing or they did, or I believe it's it should be on him. So they're his victims too. That's
do you
very
think?
bad.
Do you think in a case where we've seen a child bear witness to what their father's done, grow up to be like their father, do you think it's almost a case of when, if you're in the woods and an animal bites you, and it's like, well, that's what they do. That's what they do as a way of understanding why these things happen. Because Diddy, again, his son will have hit a point in his life where he's had to make a choice as an adult. Do I want
No,
to?
run. Do you not realize that how controlling this man is? Maybe if one of his son, he, this man took away another man's child to be his own, and the man can't even see his own kid.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending Diddy as a father. I'm not.
No, I'm just saying. So for people, listen, I'm not defending anything that any of his kids are have done because I
Oh
don't know.
no, no.
I can't
We're
even think that they know right from wrong. I'm just thinking that because they've been living such a life, they've been in this little bubble
yeah.
where, just like what you're saying about the woods run, they're in a little bubble, and he's been getting away with so much stuff, and the
Yeah.
level of high society people or
Oh
whoever
no, no, no.
politician.
I completely get you. And I mean,
Yeah, his children
it's
are
it's
victims too.
it's
I
it's
believe his children are
brainwashing,
his victims.
brainwashing and conditioning of the highest order, right? 100%.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've also got to ask ourselves: is it beyond Diddy to use blackmail to control his own children as well? And I'm
No,
not
it's not.
I'm not saying anyone's innocent. This is not a
Mm,
defense for anything that Diddy or his father have done. This is just a discussion on the internet. Because when people put into an open discussion what we're discussing, how you can be raised and conditioned, and especially again, I said it earlier, Queenie, especially if this
mm,
if Diddy and his father were normal people, not rich people, and were raised this way and all the rest of it, there wouldn't be that public bolster of everything is okay because my dad keeps getting away with it and we keep getting richer and richer and richer from it. It's that I have to do it to have what my dad had mindset as well. And it doesn't escape, it doesn't make anything all right, but it certainly helps us understand uh
yep.
why you would choose to be a monster. But again, you're not, it's again, I'm oversimplifying because he's not choosing. There we go. I mean, that is honestly what it comes down to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like 100 million%. Not a very PC terminology for 2024, but you know what we're getting at. And it's as simple as
Yeah,
that.
it's
It's
what they live, they learn.
There we go. There's the proper way of doing it. Thank you. Reinforced conditioning. Thank you. That is the 2024 term for that analogy. Because it's true. So where do we draw the line, Queenie? Where do we draw the line, right? When
Well, take away, get these children, even though they're involved in stuff allegedly, they
yeah,
need real therapy. Even though therapy these days is not even what you think therapy is either. It's mind
yeah.
control too. So, oh, you just gotta, you know what? You just gotta pray for them. Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, I wouldn't waste your time. I think they're all off their tits. To be perfectly frank with you, I think the son's had way, way more than enough time to do the right thing for whatever reason he's chosen not to. Conditioning, sonly love for his father, greed, want of power. Who knows? His dad calls him king. At what point do we even know if P Diddy handed the torch over? Maybe this is just the way it goes. Maybe P Diddy's son was meant to be next in line to take over everything. Who knows? We're talking about the elites. We're talking about a level of conspiracy and secrecy that we will never really be privy to. We're talking about
Yeah.
bloodlines and families and faceless billionaires. I mean, they're probably not billionaires. They're probably a number that I'm too much of a peasant to even understand the existence of. And it's just going to go on and on. The amount of information that's coming out daily. Of course, Kanye West was thrown into the mix. Kanye West accused of drugging an R and former assistant. Do you think this is just the first person that openly spoke out about all of this that is going to have have people accusing him and all the rest of it?
Listen, I don't
What do you
know.
think?
Kanye is my dude still. I don't know what to say when it comes to
Kanye gets a
Kanye.
pass. What do you mean? How can Kanye
No, no,
get
no,
a
no, no, no,
pass?
no, no, no. I didn't say Kanye. You never heard me said Kanye get any pass with me. My thing is, to me, Kanye situation is like a Michael Jackson situation in my head. That's what I'm saying here.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
just seems. It just seems.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
Kanye
sorry, I'm trying to
situation.
cut this woman's freaking modesty out of this image, and I keep scrolling in a suspicious place. A shocking 88-page. I mean, I'm sure you've all read this. I need to hear this. A shocking 88-page lawsuits have been filed against rapper Kanye West, alleging that he did this and then did that to his ex-assistant while at one of Sean Diddy Combs' parties. The disturbing claims have been made by influencer and former OF star Lauren Pisciotta, who has already sued West once before. Damn. In June, the Sony Media star alleged that he sexually harassed and stalked her while working for him. Damn! West 47 denied the previous claims and branded them baseless. While yet to file a defense, he accused Mikasota of blackmail and extortion. Interesting.
Listen, listen.
Interesting.
Remember, this man came out and was telling people what they were doing, trying to do to him. They wanted to give him pill. They want. Listen,
Yeah,
I don't know.
listen,
When it
I am
comes
not.
to
Listen, I am in no way taking anything away from any R word victims. Okay, but it's 2024, and we should be allowed to discuss things until charges are brought from both sides of the outcome, right? So,
yes, and we are free to feel how we want to feel about a
so,
situation. So
so, Queenie,
I am not because I'm a woman. Not all women are to be believed. That not all women are victims.
same for men.
That's how I feel.
Change the
That's the
word
same
woman.
for men. That's the
Change
same
the
for
word
men
woman.
too.
Change the word woman to human. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. No, because
Because
most of the stuff coming out is mostly women always be saying some stuff have been done to them. Hence why I say that. But okay, should we
oh,
say humanity then?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's yeah, but the statement you're making there is like 100% of women who make up the R word claims make up the R word claims because
No,
that's
that's
fact.
not what I said, Ron. Ron. I
Listen to me.
said
Listen to me.
not all women. I am because okay, for example, okay,
Queenie, listen to what I
let
said. Listen
listen.
to what
No,
I
no, no,
said.
no, no, Ron. No, Ron.
All
You
women,
listen.
all women who make up the R word claim
Mm-hmm.
100% of the time are making it up. Because I said to you, all the women who
Okay.
make it up
Okay.
100% of the time are making it up, right? And that's just the
Okay.
fact. So many
Okay.
people, men and women, put false claims in on both sides. Okay. But it seems to me that the traction cases get against men happen a lot quicker, right?
Okay. Okay.
If that makes sense. So I'm not saying every woman who says they've been R worded is making it up, but 100% of the ones who do make it up are definitely making it up. Uh, and
Okay. Okay.
there
Okay.
should be more of an outcome for people that make up these claims, if I'm being perfectly frank with you.
I
So
believe that anyone from either sides are making up any false allegation against anyone and they found out that it's false. Whatever time that person was gonna be in prison, they should go in prison.
yeah,
That's my belief. I don't care if you're a man, woman, you're not supposed to wanna smear people or damage someone's character or their name. Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, Nicole. It's something to do with a delay because to me, a lot of the time it sounds like I'm already talking and then people start talking. So I
Oh
do
yeah,
try.
my stuff is on a delay run. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But I am honestly trying not to be that guy who interrupts everybody. I beg your pardon. Let her have. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Let her have her voice. I'm sorry, Queenie. Do you need people speaking for you? Are you a timid woman who can't speak for herself? Are you frightened by me? Do you need the public running to your aid? Because Nicole thinks that you're too afraid. Too afraid, Queenie. Too
Oh,
afraid.
bless. Bless.
Angle. I interrupted Queenie because Queenie was about to explain herself. Okay, when she didn't hear the. So, for example, if I say to you, 100% of people that murder people with their left hand are left-handed. Do you know that? You see what I'm saying? It's one of these stupid statements because if you're
Okay.
right-handed and you kill someone with your right hand, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those stupid statements. And in 2024, we have to look at things because Queenie, I'm telling you, I knew you and I had the same things, right? The same thing, all right, when you heard about Kanye West. Because Kanye West was very outspoken, Queenie. He was very outspoken, all right? Very
Yeah.
much outspoken about all of this. And then for this to then come out, all right,
Yeah.
by someone who's already sued, keep in mind. She didn't mention it then. She didn't mention it then. Didn't mention it then, right? So it's
Yeah.
almost, if it did happen, right? It's almost so if it did happen, she would have been terrified to say anything because Diddy's walking around. Okay. But now Diddy's in
Right.
jail, she feels comfortable coming forward. I can believe that, right? I mean, there has to be credibility to that, Queenie, right? But on the other hand,
He wasn't involved in that bit. She didn't state. Did she say he was doing stuff to her, or was just Kanye?
oh no, it was Kanye West accused of doing the drugging, and then Kanye West accused of the RN.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with him being locked away because it was regarding and
No, but
because
Diddy,
no, wait, Ron, let me explain. The thing is, everyone sees Kanye that well, not everyone. The people who wants to see him as crazy, if she had said that, they would have believed at the time. So this makes no sense coming to say this now because back then when all that was going on, everyone was saying that he's crazy, he's this, he's that. So it would have been the right time to say
yeah.
whatever she wanted to say then.
Wouldn't it be interesting if if Kanye West is the only tape that surfaces in the courts? Do you know what I mean? Would it be? It'd be almost like his case specifically was handed a tape, right? Just to get Kanye West tucked away somewhere. It's weird. I'm not, and again, I'm just giving both sides of the story. I gave you exactly how I see it, her coming forward. If all of this is real, she obviously would feel concerned about Diddy being out in the wild. He's now gone. She feels comfortable, but again, it could also be not the case because I'm just saying, right? I know some ladies who work in that industry, right? And I've had friends, and some of the things that they've done, right? Some people have set people up. They've done this. They've done that. They've went and got things, heard things that they shouldn't have heard, and got people into some serious circumstances for some cheddar, baby. Okay, for that sweet, sweet bread. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but we have to always question both sides of the narrative here because
Yeah.
that one stuck out for me. Well, listen, Queenie, we're hitting that 2-hour mark. We've done it again, another show in the bag. Apologies today
Yeah,
for the
I
late
was late though.
yeah,
Yeah.
apologies to everyone for the late start as well. We'll be back at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and we might fluctuate some of the times forwards and backwards this week. Everything's set for 2 o'clock, but I may change a couple of days to 1:30 and 12:30 just to check the numbers again and see which is going to work best. So yeah, but listen, I just want to say, everybody, it's Monday. You're all looking fantastic. You're all killing it today. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. Queenie, thank you for your time. Paula, thank you for your time. Big shout out to Shane, right, who added COVID to the list of things that's wrong with him over the weekend, or just before the weekend. And the voice note that I got from him this morning, right? Like, he did not sound well, the poor man. He did not sound well at all. Shane got COVID.
Oh, I told him what he needs to be having, but I don't know if he can get someone to get stuff for
He
him.
needs to be having the great escape happening from where he is. He needs to just burst through the front doors and just wheel his ass away. Because I'm just saying, man, how people, it's just how they do things in America, man. It's just interesting. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. It really is. Well, listen, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being awesome. I don't know what's happening next. Hang on a minute.
Thank you all, side chat. Sorry I was late today, but I had stuff to do.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh my God, Ron, stop it. Oh my God, you terrible.
It never gets old though. It just never gets old. Right, listen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. We'll see you all tomorrow. He needs mullet, mate. He needs just a sliver of good luck. He's due. I keep telling him to just put lottery tickets on, because he is due a fat dose of luck. That boy, I'm telling you, man. So yeah, happy thoughts and all the good stuff going out to Shane. Thank you, everyone, for being awesome as always. You're one of the best communities in the world, and we'll see you all in the next one. Oh, before we go, though, I will say I've got a 3-part series starting with our forensic psychologist, Tess. We're looking into Diddy and the cult of fame. Over the 3 episodes, we're looking at Diddy, Weinstein, and Schneider, covering various elements of Hollywood, setting the stage for next week, where we're going to be delving into the realities of the witchcraft, the cults, the deities, and the demonic magic that is used at the center, allegedly, of all of this. So yeah, listen, thank you again. You're all awesome. Beautiful, beautiful people. We'll see you on the next one. Queenie, thank you very much. Paul.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, mods. Take it easy. Also, as well, keep in mind, Thursday, Jaguar Right. It's going to be massive. Thank you all. Peace.